Okay, Holy Ground by Passion. Now, the original key is in E flat. I don't think we do it in E flat at all. I think we just do it in E and D, which is usually why there's three. And so let's just pick the E version. We've been doing D a couple times today, so why don't we mix it up? But let's see. Oh, this is what's great about this song. It's technically the same four chords the whole time. And because of that reason, I don't even put it everywhere. I just put it at the top. If you can't understand that, then I'm sorry. But yeah, so what this does in my brain, other than it being some crazy elaborate song with like orchestration and there's all these little intricate parts that the whole band plays together, which probably wouldn't happen in worship anyways. But uh, in my head, the way I interpret this type of scenario is it's a great time to be creative. So obviously you can be creative dynamically. Like the song is very dynamic. It builds when it needs to build, it breaks down when it needs to break down. It doesn't sound super redundant. Because sometimes, especially up tempo songs that have the same four chords can, sound super redundant, and it may not it doesn't it's not like it's boring, but there is something to be said about when we listen to music, we want it to go somewhere, we want it to make us feel something, right? So that's what dynamics helps us with. That's the reason why we start songs super soft, build it up over time, vocally, instead of coming hard in the first verse with every harmony you could think of. You save it for like the second or the third verse or the bridge. You slowly add on because you want it to grow, you want it to develop. It's like a movie. We want to have a arc, a conflict, and then a resolve. So but yeah, because of that reason, you get to be very creative with how you do that. Another opportunity that I could see here is, hey, let's write an intro or let's write an outro. Let's do something that if it's going from one song to another, and let's say there's not to be a modulation or anything like that, but maybe it's going from this song is 72 beats per minute. Let's say it's maybe going from a song that's 100 beats per minute, a little bit more mid tempo, something Chris Tomlin-y, makes people do the mid tempo clap, 2 2 4 2 4. But then you break it down, you do some type of, like I said, if it's not a modulation thing, it could just be something that it's a chord progression that everyone plays together. There's a few hits or whatever, and then it leads right into this song. Or you do something even crazier. You start with like a bridge. You start with a different part that doesn't normally do that, and then you build into the first verse. That's also something that I could see happening. But yeah, so in my head, it's these moments that you can embrace as your own. It's almost like having like a blank slate. Like you've got the song, but there's nothing that changes. So what can we change? Maybe it's taking away a chord. Like I said, if you were going to be playing this song and you started with the bridge, um, like you just start on the one, and someone's just this song is we're doing an E, right? So chains fall, fear, bow, here now, and everything. So, playing this E, chains fall, fear, bow, here now. Jesus, you changed everything. Like you could do anything else, and it'll sound like you're super creative because everyone's just used to like the walk up and then the come back to the 1/3, and then you're back to the walk up again. So yeah, I would definitely encourage anyone who's playing this song, if you're a drummer, uh, it's going to be what's a beat that you can do that's different, that could kind of change the feel. The guitar line's cool. That was something I was actually going to talk about. But yeah, it's if it's in A, That was another thing too, is as a guitar player, when I hear this line, it's 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 very like programmed almost. Like it feels like it was typed out with a MIDI keyboard. So adding hammer-ons, slides, and then hammer-on pull-off to the root, and then that walk up again, and then even this note, bending that up. You could do a lot of stuff to be creative, to be different, to make it your own. But yeah, so other than the drummer and the guitar player, bass wise, you might be doing more walk ups, walk downs, or note playing, right? You're not like soloing, but you're adding more fives. You're doing other walk up, walk downs to other notes. Or like I said, maybe there's a part that everybody does on the stringed instruments, guitar and bass, or if you have violin, anything acoustic, that you guys do together to make it different, to make it your own. So yeah, this is a great song, blank slate kind of thing, where if you were going to do your own version, put it out on YouTube and hopefully go viral, this would be a great song to do that with. But yeah, for the most part, pretty straightforward. Like I said, we do it in E and D because E flat's E flat, you know. But yeah, fun song.